Hey, good evening, everybody. Brian Rieger here with the We Believe Team Hangout for what is today? Today is June 19th, 2014. Got some big things we're going to be going through with you guys here in a little while. Some changes that we're going to make to the We Believe Team website to help you guys out and to help you give you a little more tools in the toolbox to help grow the business. Also, we want to talk a little bit tonight about Charlotte. Charlotte is in a week from now. So once we get through that, we'll have some announcements coming out of that too. Scott, actually, I gotta redo the chat roll here real quick. Why don't you go ahead, take over, say hi while I
Hi.
do that, and then
Thank you, Brian, for that. And I want to welcome everybody for spending time with us and joining us tonight on our We Believe Team webinar hangout. And actually, we're going to be announcing, some of the changes that we've made to our own website, and we think it's going to be something that's really going to help you growing your team. But the real bottom line is, there's a lot of excitement here. We're seeing a lot of action. We're seeing things, that we maybe haven't seen here in a few months. So, for those of you who have just joined us, the timing is great, and it really is one of those times that it just seems like all the things are aligning properly, and that's really something that I'm excited about. And even more than being excited for myself, I'm excited for all of you out there, because I think that if you do the things and get yourself prepared and plan and take some action here in the next couple weeks, I think that we're going to see some really exciting things happen. Now, I don't have any inside knowledge or anything that I can tell you that I definitely know, but you hear the rumors, and you hear little hints that some of the people that are in the know are dropping, and it's something that we need to take to heart and really pay attention to, because I've seen that there have been times when things are just all in place, and what can really happen is the money can come very fast and your results can really accelerate. And this, I think, is really one of those times. Now, we don't know what's coming. They certainly wouldn't be talking in the way that they're talking about what's going to be announced in Charlotte if they didn't really have something, because one thing that I can say is when they do put out something, they deliver. And that's really something that I feel very good about with Empowers. This is not smoke and mirrors. This is not a company where they're trying to hide things, or they've got some agenda. The real bottom line is all that they really want to do is see us be more successful, and that's just not the norm in a work from home environment. Most companies are what can the owner of the company do, how much more can he make, and then what they're really looking to is their exit plan, where they can just find a way to get out of the business. Well, if you listen to Dave Wood, he says his exit plan is to die. Well, that's a good place to be when you've got somebody that's got that kind of focus and they truly do believe in what they're doing. And not only that, they put their money where their mouth is. And that's really what I'm so excited about here, because I really think that the way they're talking is they're going to do something that's really going to help everybody that's maybe been a little bit frustrated. Maybe you haven't gotten the results that you want, but it's something that they are aware of, and they want to do things to make it easier for all of us. So that's what I'm excited about tonight. And the fact of the matter is, we won't be here next week. Brian and I and Debbie and actually Leslie, I'm not sure if Tamara is going, of the people that I see on the list, and then of course Jeanette and Bill, we're all going to be in Charlotte. And we really encourage you to be there, because if you want to have that shift in your business, you need to be at the events. And I know you've all heard my story, but I struggled here for the first 4 or 5 months, or 4 months anyways. I didn't get much in the way of results, and it was just because even though I thought I was doing all the right things, that was actually my problem. I was thinking about it too much, and I wasn't really connected with what the message is and what it is that Empower is doing. And it really took me going to that event, having that shift, and my income went from $4,000 or $5,000 in 4 months to well over $90,000 since then, and that was really back in March of last year. So when things click, they can click really quickly. And the best of it all is that I'm seeing that we're getting some duplication here. We're having people get results. I know Debbie had somebody sign up. I know that Patty had a couple people sign up in the last few days. I know I've had 3 or 4 sign-ups. Brian has had, some people join his organization. 3, thank you. Ken has had some. So, I just want to recognize the fact that, we're doing this as a team and we're working together and we're creating results. So, that's what I've got to start out with. And, I'm just excited for, where we're at and what's coming and, the fact that we're all doing this together and we're sharing it. So, Debbie, I know I was long-winded there, but, welcome tonight. And anything you want to share tonight?
Thank you. And Scott, you long-winded? No.
Yeah, maybe.
Anyway, no. It's always interesting, and it's always a pleasure. I just want to add to what Scott was talking about in Charlotte, and there's always, I don't know. Let me just back up to New Orleans because these were supposed to be regional events, and so I went to New Orleans. It was close to my house. It worked out time-wise, and and what happened at that event is like what I've never seen at an event. And it was the people there, it was the speakers, it was Dave Wood. And when you've got a leader of a company that is so powerful and so tuned in, and he is, you can tell he's on a mission, and he's had lots of success on his own. And his goal truly is to make, or not to make, but to offer the opportunity so each and every one of us can be successful. And the way he measured success is that he says, if somebody who doesn't really know anything about this, who is brand new and probably never even had success before, if they can come in and make money and have success, then you've got something. And so that's what this is all about. And there is going to be some kind of an announcement in Charlotte, or maybe more than one. I don't know exactly what it is. But coming out of New Orleans, it's like there was something different. It's like this wave, and the wave is starting to build and starting to build. And I don't know, there was probably a couple hundred people in New Orleans, and I think there's going to be, they fit 1,900 in Charlotte, and they're almost sold out of that. And I'll tell you what, I'm really, really looking forward to the Sunday VIP day with Dave Wood, because when we were in New Orleans, he was talking about team building, and we signed a non-disclosure, so we can't say what was in that, but the way he broke that down, I've never heard before. I've been through a lot of personal development, a lot of team building, and the way he explained it was just, and it was so clear. When you heard it, you said, oh my gosh, of course. And the guy's a genius. And to pull together, when you think about it, over $100 million in sales for the company. And, if we're talking about income, see the income disclosure at the bottom of the website here. But here's a guy, oh my God, he's my oldest son's age, and he owns a $100 million company. He's not working. I mean, there's spurts of time, like right now, where he's really putting in a lot of effort. But on the whole, with somebody who runs that size of a company, you would think that they would just be overwhelmed and, doing all this stuff. And so his style of having a business and having a life is something that's so appealing, because I've had a business before, and it wasn't near, it was the fifth of the size of what Dave Wood has, and it was all consuming. And, I felt like I was a prisoner in that building, or in that business. So anybody that can really put together a business, show people how to build teams, and not be so, not take over your whole life, I'm interested in that, and I would think you would be too. It's just amazing, and for people to have success that didn't, that hasn't had it before. And the people that you meet at events are just incredible, and it's so funny to watch. I met a whole lot of new people in New Orleans, and to interact with them on Facebook and see what's going on, and, and the support of one another, which is really what we're all here for. And you're right, Scott, I've never seen that in a home business. You certainly don't see that in corporate America. And I've never been in corporate America, but my kids are, and I see the stuff that goes on, and it's like, oh my God, I've been an entrepreneur all my life. That would really drive me crazy. I would be in the funny farm. But anyway, you don't see that in corporate America, and you don't see that in a lot of businesses. And so what we've got here is something really special. And so get to Charlotte. I look forward to giving each one of you a hug. So turn it back to either Scott or Brian.
I'll hop in here for a second. Thank you for that, Debbie and Scott. You know, guys, one great thing about this team and this company is none of us are sitting still waiting. Nobody, you know, the company doesn't sit back and say, well, hey, let's just wait and see what happens. Everybody, you know, at the corporate level and everybody in our team, you know, our leadership is very proactive when it comes to saying, hey, where's our problems? Where's our bottlenecks? What can we do better? What can we make it easier for the new person? We do better to help everybody grow. And, you know, that's a lot of the stuff that's going on in Charlotte is, you know, the company realized they made some mistakes. I mean, let's be frank about this. They've made some mistakes, and you know, they understand that there's problems. They understand that it isn't all sunshine and rainbows, and you know, there isn't unicorns and butterflies all around. That, you know, any company's going to have issues. So what inspires me is when, you know, a leader tends to think, well, I know everything, and you know, I'm going to do it my way. And, you know, because I'm the leader and I say that it should be this way. You know, Dave Wood, being the head of a $100 million company, still is smart enough to say, hey, look, I'm not a businessman. I'm not a CEO. So what does he do? He goes out and hires Jake Cron, who's a CEO and knows how to run companies. You know, they just signed an agreement with a company called, I think it's 3C Services, that does a lot with when it comes to customer support and technical support and handling like call centers and that kind of stuff. Plus, they help a lot with customer retention. I mean, they're an amazing organization when it comes to helping with customer retention. They understand that retention is something we struggle with. So they're actually outsourcing a company to help us come in and help with the retention. You know, they see that, hey, look, maybe the blog beast, you know, didn't go so well. So let's look at a different direction, or let's maybe, you know, wind things back to where we were when we were having success. You know, so it's about moving forward. And what works today won't work tomorrow, and what works tomorrow ain't going to work a month from now. I mean, it's just, you have to be in a constant state of evolving. And you got to be moving forward constantly, because the second you become stagnant, you're stuck. You get stuck in the mud. You know, it's kind of like driving a big truck through the mud. If you stop, the second you stop, you're going to be, you sink in, and that's it. And, you know, the industry has evolved. You know, it's evolved. I mean, the old school way of marketing, and does it still work? Sure. But there's easier ways now. And, you know, I was actually having a conversation today with one of our teammates, and, you know, something he said is, you know, you know, I would never consider going back to marketing the way it used to be done, because it's so time consuming, and it's such hard work. I mean, you know, the days of pounding the phone for 15, 20 hours a day, I mean, do people have success with that? Sure. But is it a way, way, way harder way of going? Absolutely. You know, having financial freedom is nice, but if you have no time freedom, you know, that's where I was at when I decided to get into this industry was, you know, I had money. I was working at a job. I was making 6 figures, managing restaurants. You know, I had money. What I had was no time. So it didn't matter how much money I made. You know, I could have made $1 million a year, and it wouldn't have mattered, because I had no time to spend any of it. I had no time to enjoy it. So, you know, this business isn't only about, you know, having money. It's also about having a life while making money. And believe it or not, it's very possible. And it's not hard to do if you're willing to just roll up your sleeves and put in the work. I mean, and that's what it comes down to, is who's willing to roll up their sleeves and put in the work. And we're going to do the best we can within our team and within, you know, what the people we have to give you guys the best things possible. And, you know, there's some of the stuff here in a couple minutes. I'm going to go through some of the changes we made in the We Believe team that's going to help everybody. But, you know, that's my thing. And, you know, getting to events is important. And it's not just important, it's important for you, and it's important for your organization to see you doing that, because people won't do what you do, or they won't do what you say, they do what you do. So if you want to be the leader of your team and the leader of your organization, you have to lead by example. It's just that simple. You know, I go to events because I want to see everybody, and I'm a networker. at heart, I'm a networker. And I can't network if I can't get in front of people, and if I can't get face to face with them, and if I can't look Dave Wood in the eye and say, hey, look, here's my struggle. What is the company doing to help me with this, or what is the company doing about that, or hey, I got this person on my team that this is going on. What can I do to help this person? And I'm telling you, when you get in front of a Vic or in front of a Dave or a Tony Rush or a Lawrence Tam or a Justin Ferengi, and they look you in the eye and they talk to you like, they're just your neighbor, and you can see that they care and they want to help you. There's power in that. I mean, there's just so much power in that, because you come out of those events and you're fired up. They have they have everybody moving the same direction. Everybody's on the same line, same page, moving forward. And when we all move forward, we're bringing the company with us. And when the company's moving forward, it's bringing us with us. So that's what I got with that. I'm going to pass it back to you, Scott, here for a few minutes, and then we'll get Debbie in here, and then I'll run through some of these changes that we've made and what we think is going to help everybody else on our team. So back to you, Scott. You're muted.
There we go.
There you go.
There we go. I can't type, unmute, and do everything all at once. I'm not a good multitasker, and actually, that's a topic for a whole nother discussion. But certainly taking action and doing something to create results. You talked about the truck in the mud. That was kind of something that it's real easy to, once that truck gets into the mud and it starts to sink, it's real hard to get it out of the mud and get it going again. And a lot of what I've found in this business is just being consistent and continuously doing something. I mean, we go back to the 8 core steps. And the reason that they're there is not, to make your life more difficult or, to give you more work to do. There's a real reason that those are in place. And, actually, today I was, there was an inner circle that I went back and re-listened to, one about how to outsource, because I'm in the process of bringing on a virtual assistant and having somebody to help me with some of the things that I find that I don't like to do, or I procrastinate on, and certainly I'm as guilty as anyone else when it comes to doing those things. But I do realize that the only way that I've really found to create results, especially with this company, is to consistently have things in place. So I'm always marketing. I'm always, I've always got ads going out there one way or another, and be it you're going to grow your business through one of 2 sources, and this is going to be part of what we're going to get into a little bit into our team website, which we restructured. But you can either do it through sweat equity and do some of the free marketing, which can create results, and there's actually getting to be easier and better ways of doing that through some of the YouTube marketing, some of the ways of using Facebook techniques and things that can be free, as well as Craigslist. Brian did a really nice training on Craigslist and the AWeber email, which we're going to point out tonight and go back and revisit. Or you're going to do paid marketing, and both of them work. And then, of course, you want to supplement it with, starting to build your identity and your brand, and what it is that you represent, and what it is that you want to represent, and who it is that you want to be connected with, and all of those things, come together. So, you want to have a target market, you want to be consistently marketing to that target market, and then you want to be, focused on your results and what it is that you want to create here. And, all of that goes back to those 8 core steps. So, when you really go through them, it's, they talk about blogging, and, you can do that by just merely posting a video on your blog. It doesn't have to be the Great American Novel. And I can tell you, when I was writing out those long blog posts, they became a little bit more work than I wanted them to be. But, I found that, you can do that in much shorter ways. The other thing is, you want to be doing the marketing. You want to be doing reading. You want to be listening to the Inner Circle audios. You want to be attending events. You want to be on the company calls. And all of these things are designed to really instill in you, first off, the belief that you can make this happen, and second off, the results that you deserve, because that's really what this is all about. It's getting you on the path to creating some results. And you know, the reality is once you get that first result, the second one's easier. Once you get that second one, the third one's easier, and it really builds. And that's, you know, what this whole business is designed to do. It's just a matter of taking those steps, getting yourself, you know, to the point where you're in forward motion, and then consistently staying in that place of forward motion and not really taking your eye off your goals. And once you've got those pieces in place, this business really can take off and grow much quicker than you know think that it than any other business out there. I guess that's really what I meant to say, is because, you know, they're doing things to help us. And, you know, the fact of the matter is that you really can make money with this, and once you know, have the ability to start seeing some income, it's real easy to, you know, take that next step and that next step, and it just becomes easier and easier. And that's really what this is all about. So, you know, that's what I've got. And, you know, I know, Brian, you do want to get into the training. We don't want to rush you through that as to what you put together, and I'm hoping you're there because I don't see you up, but I hope you
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just,
Oh, okay.
I mean, I whatchamacallit, I
Muted
turn my
yourself.
camera off because I'm sitting here typing, and
Oh,
I don't
okay.
want people looking at the top of my head. See, it's getting thin down here.
Oh, well, I can relate
Don't
to
get
that.
too shiny, you know.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so let's do this. Let me throw on a screen share here, and let's get to rocking here. So what we've been working on, Scott and I actually had a conversation about what we can do with the We Believe team to help everybody out, to make it a little less cluttered, and to you know, make it so there isn't that overload of information when a new person is first getting started. Okay, so what was happening is we had this set up where under the tools of the trade we had training webinars, and we had everything from Bing pay-per-click to YouTube training to Facebook training to, you know, we had all these trainings in there, and what was going on is it was information overload. All right, so what we wanted to do is we wanted to figure out, hey, how can we make this a little simpler for everybody, A? How can we incentivize people to start getting some more of the products and to get upgrades going? And then once people do get upgraded, what can we do to help them grow their business faster? So what we did is we actually got rid of the training webinar section in our website. We still have the blogging assistant. We still have the tools for people to use. We still got the resource library, of course, that everybody can get their audios and their books to read. But what we did is we actually added a training section here. Okay? And how this is going to work is obviously getting started is our basic section. So everybody that joins our team is going to have access to the getting started section. Okay? And what it does is it's just kind of going through the 8 core commitments, you know, how the blogging system works, some of the things that you'll get with when you have your blogging system, your 8 core commitments, and then we're going to have basic trainings in here. Something that somebody brand new, kind of like, you know, the Aweber Craigslist training that we've done, you know, setting up their Aweber. Actually, I got to fix this. I just saw this. Now, this is all going to be work in progress over the next week or so. So you're going to notice a lot of changes in here going on. You know, the Back to the Basics video is a good basic one, the broadcast training. So the ideas of the getting started stuff is going to be to have somebody be able to join, watch a video to set up their Aweber, and have a few things that they can do to start marketing their business very quickly. All right, just basic, simple things that they're going to be able to do to start building their list, and then how to effectively broadcast to their list to start creating sales off of the traffic they're generating. Okay, so then what we're going to do is now we have a Inner Circle section. So this is going to be open to anybody that has the Inner Circle training, okay? And when you get the Inner Circle training, you're going to be able to log in. This is actually passworded. So you're going to be able to log in. Tells you a little bit about what's going on with the Inner Circle. What is it? Here's like a little training video I did on what's in there, how to download them so you can take them with you. And now we're going to have a little more advanced training. You know, some Facebook fan paging and our syndication group, our YouTube trainings, and things like that. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to be doing some extra webinars over the next course of the next couple of months. You know, we're going to try to do them about once a week, once every 2 weeks. But what they'll be is they'll be like Inner Circle level trainings. So people at the Inner Circle level will be able to come to the trainings and be able to see some of the more advanced type of training and things that they can do to grow their business. So this is where it starts actually getting pretty exciting because we have the Costa Rica section, okay? So again, these are all passworded. Let me see. Sorry. Okay, so when you get the Costa Rica intensive, now this is a couple things we're changing, okay? So again, this tells you a little bit about the Costa Rica, what it is, how it works, what you get for it, the commission, how much it costs. Okay, so this is a few of the things we're changing, okay? First thing, our co-op, okay? Our co-op is no longer going to be open to everybody. Because what I'm learning is somebody that isn't at least at the Costa Rica level really shouldn't be spending high dollars on advertising. Doing a Craigslist post for $20 in a big market area and then, you know, using that to link other towns to that $20 post, that's okay for somebody at the lower levels. But if you want to really kind of do a high dollar paid marketing, okay, you really kind of need to be at the Costa Rica level or higher. So what we're doing with the co-op from now on is it's no longer going to be a monthly co-op. Because what happens is with it being $200, okay, it makes it hard for me to try to stretch it out for an entire month and give everybody good value for their money. So what happens is because we have, you know, we have X amount of people join, I try to run it for the whole month. I'm stretching the marketing budget out so we have a constant flow of leads coming in through the entire month. Makes it way harder for me to manage, and it makes it way harder for me to get fast results for people. So by doing it by the click, and what I'm going to do is it's going to be a standard 50 cents a click, all right? So 100 clicks is going to be 50 bucks, 200 clicks 100, 500 250, you know, 1,000 is 500 and 2,000. So it's going to be a standard 50 cents a click. And it's going to be a mixture of Bing traffic, Indeed traffic, and some of the co-ops or some of the good solo ad providers that I've came up with over doing the co-op with our team for the last year. So it's going to be high quality American traffic, and what it's going to allow me to do is keep it smaller as far as, you know, let's say Scott buys 100 clicks and Debbie buys 200 clicks and Deb Hollis buys 500 clicks. What I can do is I can get Scott his traffic, then I can get Debbie her traffic, then I can get Deb Hollis her traffic, and I can kind of section out, you know, I can get somebody their clicks way faster than where I'm trying to spread it out for the entire month. Okay? So what this is going to allow is for you guys to say, okay, to somebody, hey, look, cool, you got the Costa Rica Intensive, that's awesome. Now you're available to get our We Believe Team Co-op, where we're only charging 50 cents a click, which anybody that's done any paid traffic in this industry knows that you are not going to get traffic that cheap anywhere. Anywhere. Okay? So this is traffic that I've from the co-ops I've been doing. I have a lot of good sources now, but it's going to allow me to get the traffic to people quicker. So instead of sitting there saying, well, I'll give you, you know, 400 clicks over a month or 500 clicks over a month, I'll be able to get you 500 clicks within, you know, 48 to, I would say 72 hours. I'll be able to get you your clicks to you, and you can grow your list that much faster, okay? And then, of course, we're going to have Costa Rica level trainings. All right, so here's an advanced Craigslist training that I did that's a little more in-depth. SEO, a little more blogging SEO, how to take your blog and really SEO it and really fuel it and start getting traffic going to your blog. And same thing with doing some SEO. So this is some more in-depth SEO training for your blog and for websites and things like that. Okay, so that's our Costa Rica level. Okay, so now let's go to our 15K formula. And if you think that this is, you know, you think this is badass, please just go ahead and throw a thing down in the chat roll there. Let's see. So now we got our 15K formula. Okay. Okay, so what we actually did is anyone that knows from the Prosperity Team has their own traffic source. And it's actually Powered Clicks who does their traffic source, okay? And when we were in Miami, we actually got with one of the corporate people from Powered Clicks and said to him, hey, what can we do for our team to help our team? And the way Powered Clicks works, and I mean, again, I'm not, you know, this isn't to down Prosperity Team, so please don't think that, is it's actually an affiliate program. So when you bought their traffic, their 200 clicks, I think it was $178 or something like that, there was a component in there that was paying a commission, an affiliate commission to whoever's running that site, and I'm sure they use that money to help offset the cost of the Prosperity Team site, so I don't fault them for it, but we wanted to figure out a way we could get that traffic without anybody having to make a commission on it. So we wanted to be able to get it at the raw cost minus the commission that they would have paid out. So what we did is we actually formulated a plan with them. And again, here you go in the 15K formula. Here's a training guide on the 15K. Here's where we're going to have our pay-per-click training, because again, you shouldn't really be doing a lot of high-dollar advertising until you're at the higher levels. Some back office blog assistance and some more in-depth trainings. And then PowerClicks has worked out a special deal with us, okay, where you're going to be able to get that exact same traffic that you would buy from Prosperity Team that ran, I think if you bought 2,000 clicks, it was 78 cents. And if you bought 200 clicks, it was like $1.05 per click. Okay, we've got them down to 200 clicks is 70 cents a click, and then 500, 1,000, or 2,000 clicks is 65 cents a click. Okay, so what we're doing is we're getting the traffic for you guys at the raw cost. All right, nobody makes anything on this. Basically, that's the cheapest. That's what it costs PowerClicks basically that's what they would normally sell the ad for without paying out an affiliate payment to somebody. So we got it for the raw cost for you guys. So what this is going to do is, again, when you have a teammate that says, hey, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to get that 15K formula, you're going to be able to unlock this level for somebody, and they're going to get access to all these special trainings, okay? And as we're building our team site and as we're building these trainings in, we're going to be doing special 15K formula only member hangouts. We're going to be doing Costa Rica only member hangouts, master all-in member only hangouts. And that's going to become, you're going to actually get to watch us do the training live, and that's what's going to be embedded into the team website for you to use for your team as people upgrade. We just started putting this together today, so I didn't really get a chance to finish the Masters Retreat, but you see here, I'll just kind of show you what the Masters is starting to look like. Oop. Sorry. So, and the reason we're doing this is to make it a little more manageable for the new person starting, so there's not this crazy amount of information overload. We're going to try to keep it simple and really incentivize the person that says, hey, look, we're going to go out there and we're going to invest in ourselves, we're going to invest in our business. So not only are they going to get, and again, I hadn't finished this yet, so it's still work in progress. So, you know, but it's kind of giving you the broad strokes here, and then we'll have some, I'm going to be doing some super high level, crazy training things that we're going to be putting in here. Okay? So what this is going to do is this is going to incentivize people to upgrade. Okay? And it's going to allow you to say to somebody, hey, look, okay, you don't have the Costa Rica yet? Well, you need to go out and get the Costa Rica. And when you get the Costa Rica, not only are you going to get all the cool training that you're going to get within Power Network, you're not only going to unlock the extra sales funnels from Prosperity Team, you're also, with the We Believe team, you're going to unlock our traffic co-op that'll allow you to get traffic for 50 cents a click. You're going to unlock the more broad or the more in-depth training with the We Believe team. So you're going to get more training with Prosperity Team. You're going to get more training with Empower Network, and you're going to get more training plus the traffic plus the team co-op with the We Believe team. Okay. So what this is going to do is this is really, really going to create some huge value for anybody willing to step up and put money into their business. All right. Not to mention, you know, when they get that Costa Rica, they're gonna qualify for the $500 commissions. Okay. So, you know, people will not have an excuse to say, hey, what is the value in me upgrading? Nobody will have that excuse to be able to say, hey, what is the value in me upgrading? Why should I upgrade? All right, because when they ask you that question, a lot of times our initial answer is going to be, well, you know, if you really want to earn $500 commissions, you need to have the Costa Rica. Now you're going to be able to say, hey, look, you're going to get an amazing training course, sales training course from Empower Network. You're going to be able to unlock all these extra sales funnels and highly converting sales pages from Prosperity Team. You're going to be able to unlock their Costa Rica training. And, then now with the We Believe team, you're going to be able to unlock our training and our co-op. Same thing at the 15K level. Why should I get that? Well, you're going to get all the extra trainings and internet marketing trainings from Empower Network. You're going to get, you're going to get the stuff from Prosperity Team and the higher level trainings from them. And then you're also going to unlock the Powered Clicks traffic source from the We Believe team. So it's going to incentivize everybody to sit there and say, well, yeah, I can see why that shows that there's value in that. And, also by being able to do the special trainings and the higher level trainings, it's going to allow us to be able to help you, and especially those of you that have made the commitment to go all in, or those of you that made the commitment to get some of the higher end products, to really show you that, to give you guys more value. All right? Because somebody brand new might not be ready for some of the trainings that we're doing. All right? They need to just go to this getting started section, and once we get it all set up and right, and really it's going to be, hey, look, okay, welcome to the team. We want you to do the getting started stuff in Empower Network, and I want you to go to the We Believe team site and do the getting started section there. Because the getting started in Empower Network is going to give them the basics of the business, how they want to generate some traffic, what their why is, the 8 core commitments that the company teaches. And then where we always have a bottleneck is, okay, well, how do we take somebody, help them get their marketing system set up, and get them out there marketing quickly, all right? Now, that is what the We Believe team site, the getting started stuff, is going to entail. Taking that person and saying, okay, this is the 2 things you need to do to get started. Go through the getting started stuff in the back office of Empower Network, go to We Believe team under the training section, and start on the getting started stuff. And the idea of sectioning this off is now they can't get bogged down by saying, oh, well, I don't know which training should I be watching. Should I be watching the YouTube training? Should I be watching the Bing pay-per-click training? So all of a sudden they had so much stuff to look at that they would get themselves distracted on where they actually need to do. So the whole point of breaking this down is to say, okay, well, at each level, you're going to work your way through it. And as you work your way through it, at each level, it's going to get a little more advanced, a little more advanced, a little more advanced. And the idea behind that is because by the time you get through those levels of trainings, you're really going to have a really solid understanding of how to go out and generate traffic or how to go out and close sales. And that's where I think we're lacking, is people actually digging into the training and then doing the work that's involved with the training. Okay? So, these are the things that we're working on right now. Also, the We Believe team hangout room is going to be revamped. That should be done. It won't be done next week because of Charlotte, but hopefully by the week after. And again, you are going to have it is going to be coded to each person. So you'll be able to put your flag on the end of it, and it will have a register now button. So that should be ready not by next week because of the Charlotte, but the week after. So what that's going to do is that's going to allow everybody. Hold on, let me kill my timeshare here, or my screen share. What that's going to do is that's going to allow everybody to start utilizing this Hangout a little more, invite their guests, invite their list to the Hangout, and let us kind of, not only do some trainings, but also kind of sell people in and explain to them the power of our team and what we have to offer, and make it a little more of a presentation on these Hangouts, and get people, that are out there creating results, give them a chance to get out and say hi, and so we can all get to know them and edify them and prop them up, and we'll leave the trainings to the specialized trainings at each level. So like 1 week we might do a Costa Rica training, the next week we might do a 15K training, the next week we might do a Inner Circle training, the next week we might do a Masters training. So what we'll do is we'll start doing the training separate from the Hangout, because the Hangout needs to be something that you guys feel comfortable to bring your guests to, that we can say to them, hey, look, here's what we have to offer, click the link, get started, thank the person that invited you here, and really kind of get started with us today, because that's where we can, as a team, help you grow your business. So that's what I got. Why don't we pass it over to Scott here, and Scott, why don't you hop out? And this was actually Scott's idea. Said to me, hey Brian, why don't we consider doing this or that? And I said, wow, that's an amazing idea. Let's do it. So we started putting that together, and we've been kind of working behind the scenes to get this all set up and ready for you guys. So thank you for the great idea, Scott, and we'll just pass it over to you, and let us know why you're excited about some of these changes.
Well, thank you for that, Brian. First off, thank you for putting this together, because I can tell you this is way over my pay grade. This is not something I could figure out. If it was up to me to do this, it would have been something where, I'm the analytical type. I would have been figuring it out and doing research and all that, and you just jumped right in and did it. And this is one day's worth of work. I mean, can you imagine what we're going to do when we actually, put a few more pieces together and do some things that will really take some of the maybe speed bumps or challenges that we've had. So, I really want to thank you, Brian, for stepping up and, well, first off, building the site in the first place, and then taking it and actually putting it together and dividing it up. And, we really want this to be something that works for you. And, what we know is that this business is a process. So, we didn't want to see people have something where they would be spending money and not be getting a return for themselves. That's one of the reasons that we started segmenting off, where you can get the resources for, some of the paid traffic that we have. Because, the bottom line is there's a great return on investment here, but you have to be positioned to be able to do that. And, you don't want to be sending sales up to your sponsor. That's not what we're looking to do here. What we're looking to do is put you in a position where you're controlling what your results are. And, we felt that it would be best to have the access at the time that you're really ready for it. We don't want to see anybody come in, throw money away, spend on something, and not, have it really come back to them. And that was, one of our focus. But, we're going to be working through this. And, certainly if anybody out there has some training that they want to contribute, we're a team. So if there's anybody that wants to put anything, submit anything, we're totally open to any kind of training that you have that we can, put into our training site, because that's really what this is all about. So, as you're learning new things, let us know. We are here to do this together. This is, as I've said before, this is not my team. This is not Brian's team, Debbie's team, Jeanette's team or Bill's team or anything. We're doing this together, and this is really, a learning process that we're all going through. And, certainly if we see things that we can, find, as they come up, we're going to put them out there and we're going to share them with you. But, the other thing that we did not cover, and I know, Brian talked about it briefly, is that these passwords, how are you going to get the passwords and how are we going to do this? Well, what will happen is you're going to get the passwords, depending on what level you're at. And I guess we'll just pretty much just go through and divide them up in the ways that they need to be. But I want you guys to respect the passwords, because this is something that will work to help you grow your business. And you need to realize that, yeah, you might be doing somebody a favor by giving them a higher level, but are you really teaching them the right way to run their business? In other words, you want to lead by example here and make sure that people are earning the right to be able to have the access to the levels that they're going to have. And that's something that we feel pretty strongly about. And, if we find that somebody's abusing the passwords, well, we can change the passwords and kick you out of the ability to have, the higher levels. And
yeah, let me expand on that a little bit, Scott, real quick. All right, the reason we're going to just have to use an honor system here, and again, the reason you don't want to give away the password to somebody in your team that's not at that level yet is because once you do that, it destroys your ability to get them to upgrade. It destroys it, all right? Because what happens is they say, well, I don't need to upgrade because I'm going to get access to the material without ever buying it, okay? So what you're doing is you're really kind of hurting yourself. If you want to give your organization access to every training out there, more power to you. But all you're doing is confusing them and hurting your ability to get them to really see the big picture and say, hey, look, I'm willing to invest the money to get these trainings or to get access to this source or get access to this traffic or to be able to get access to what they have to offer. So there is going to be a bit of an honor system here, but you only hurt yourself if you wreck that, and if you take that, what I mean, if you take the passwords and just hand them out to people. So use the honor system, be respectful of it, and use it to your advantage, because that's some of the things we're going to be training you on, is how to leverage yourself and leverage the tools to incentivize people and to make them see the value in getting the higher end product. So I just wanted to throw that in there.
Well, you're absolutely right. It is your business, but what we're going to, try to do here is train you the best ways that we've learned to be able to put you in a position where you can help the people and train the people as you're bringing them in. And we don't want you to do all the heavy lifting. We don't want you to do all the work. That's not what this is about. We want to make it so that it's pretty much plug and play and automated. And that's one of the things we're going to put together, maybe a little bit cleaner onboarding process. We're going to put that into the training, so that now, for some of you who have gone through some of the training with either me or Brian, we've either shared screens or we've been on the phone with you and we've helped you set up your AWebers and things like that. And listen, we're happy to do that, but in the bigger picture, we want it to be duplicatable so that you don't have to do something that you don't feel that you're qualified or comfortable doing. We want to take that out of the mix and make it so that you can just merely use the resources, plug into what we've put in place, and then make it so that you can take that and share that with people as you're bringing them in. Because the real bottom line is we want this to be as duplicatable and as simple and easy for everyone as possible, and that's really what the focus of what we're doing here is, and that's why we're doing what we're doing. So certainly we're open to any suggestions. So if anybody is in there and they see something that they think that might be helpful to all the rest of us, or some suggestion or something like that, we're not the last word here. Certainly let us know. We're looking for feedback, and we're looking for whatever you think can be done to make this all easier, and that's really what we're focusing on here. So once again, thank you, Brian, for doing this, and really rolling up your sleeves and knocking it out in like record time. I couldn't believe how fast you put this together and put the passwords in and all the stuff that you did. It's I appreciate you stepping up and really doing this for the team, because I know that you really are here to help us in every way that you can. And Debbie, I know we've kind of been blabbering on here, so let me bring you out, and any input or thoughts that you've got on this.
Wow, I'll tell you what, I'm blown away, and thank you, Scott and Brian. And it really pays to be part of a team, because if you were waiting for me to do this kind of stuff, 3 years from now, we still wouldn't even have a site. So great idea, Scott. I know we've kind of thrown some things back and forth, but what a great idea. And Brian, my hat's off to you. You have worked so fast on that. When Scott said there were some changes to the site, and now I see that, I'm like blown away. And you know what? And what I love too about a team, and I know we're part of an Empower Network team, and we're part of the We Believe team and whatnot, is that we don't have to do everything or know everything. We can kind of pool and combine our talents. And you know what? The paid advertising to have the different levels of co-ops that we've got here are phenomenal. And that's something that I'm learning. And you've got to know your numbers, and and there's some things to that. And so you can get the co-ops while you're learning these other things, because some of that stuff drives me crazy, but it's important for my business, and so I'm determined to learn it step by step. But until then, I can take advantage of a co-op, and so I don't have to know everything at one time. And and I'm excited too about the kind of the simplicity of this, and just making it so that when somebody comes in, you just do this, this, and this, and it's just it's everybody does the same thing. It's duplicatable, and we all follow the 8 core steps, which is part of the Empower Network. And it just that's where things really happen, because when everybody starts doing their own thing, and going different directions, things fall apart. But when we're unified, and I know Dave Wood talked about that in New Orleans, being unified as a company and being unified together, it's amazing what can happen. So just really, I thank you so much for putting this together and doing that. And I'm glad to see, too, about the Hangouts, that we'll be able to have like a click button that we can invite people here, we can invite our own people, and have it as a more for prospects, and so people can bring to find out what it is we do here, who we are, because not everybody sells, not everybody's willing to get on Hangouts like this, and you don't have to, which is the nice part about this. So That's what I've got. Thanks a lot. And oh, just one more thing. When you were talking about the passwords, it's about being in integrity and being in integrity to yourself and to your team. And if the passwords get given out, they get given out. But it's just think about being in integrity and doing the right thing. So that's
Absolutely. And folks, a couple things I just put in the chat there. The We Believe team traffic source is the 50 cent a click one is going to be live around July 1st. Is my goal. So July 1st, that should be available. That's in about 2 weeks. And the powered clicks one for anybody at the 15K level or higher is live now. So you can actually, once we get the password out, you'll be able to go back there and start getting that traffic right away. So those resources will be available in the next couple weeks. So.
Hey, Brian, quick question on that.
Yeah. Sure.
For the power clicks, so we can use any landing page for that. We could use the stock and power. We can use lead pages or anything else we come up with. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay.
And with the We Believe Team Traffic Co-op, you will have to send in a landing page that you want to use. Some of the traffic is actually going to be going to some landing pages that I created, and there'll be an Apply Now button, and that Apply Now button will take them to your landing page. So they're more job seekers and entrepreneur seekers. So basically, it's set up as a business web page, especially for the Indeed traffic. It has to be like a job posting. So what I've learned about that is that I can produce traffic at that very, very quickly, high quality, high converting traffic very quickly with that. So the idea is, but it has to be a job posting site. So the idea that it's going to be is it's job posting sites with a Apply Now button that will take them directly to your landing page. So everybody's going to submit their landing page that they want to use. Obviously, if somebody says, well, I don't really know which one to use, they will have access to the full complement of landing pages through Prosperity Team, and so I'll be able to drive them in a certain direction and help with that also for anybody that's not sure what pages to use. But so yes, you will be able, if you have lead pages and want to submit your own website, that's fine. Absolutely. So same thing with powered clicks.
So the bottom line is, this literally just happened today between noon and now. So we are going to put in a very quick video to show you, what you need to submit when you make a request to get the traffic, well, especially the team traffic. The one that you're going to order from Powered Clicks, they have a whole form in there, and it basically, not that we don't have a form, but it says, what site do you want to send this to? So, with the team traffic, you're probably going to need to give the username, and then if there's going to be a landing page, you'll need to supply that as well. So, that'll be a couple things. So we'll get the logistics of that set up before that actually goes live. But the Powered Clicks, those are live now, and you can go ahead and order traffic. And by the way, this is another thing I really want to stress. Don't share those links. That's one thing for sure. We negotiated a special deal with Powered Clicks, and they made it very clear that they want that only to be used for our team. So this is not something that's open for the general public or anybody else in Empower. If you're connected with our team, you're welcome to use it. But we really want to stress not to abuse that. And certainly with the pricing that they gave us, they made a big point of, they offered to us to have these be commissionable and all those things. And we said, listen, we're not here to make money off our team. We're here to get the very best pricing that we can for the people that we're working with, and we want to see them make, the best out of this that they can and get the most profit. So, we are doing this at cost, and we negotiated a real good price with them, but they were really clear about the fact that they didn't want this to be out there broadcast to everyone. They said, it's proprietary to your team, and if you don't do it that way, we won't honor our end of it. So I just want you to know that we want to protect that, because that is a good source. It's if I'm not mistaken, I was on a webinar last week, and Mike Hobbs had said that he built basically 40% of his business off the traffic that came through the Prosperity Team co-ops, and Powered Clicks is definitely one of their bigger providers. So just to let you know, it is, traffic that works. And, the other thing, and I know we're going to wind this down pretty quickly, I want you all to really think about preparing for what's going to come after Charlotte. They're going to be making some kind of announcement. They're talking about the fact that, people that have been in the business that haven't gotten results are going to now be able to get results, and then the people that are getting results are going to see more duplication and more, results as well. And they're talking about Empower really having this massive growth or explosion right after Charlotte. So this is the time, once we know what it is that we're going to be told, to really plan on finding a way to invest in your business and put yourself in a position where you can really take advantage of what's coming, because that's what it's really all about. There are times, in those cycles of what's going on in business where, all the stars align, and it sounds to me, and from what I'm seeing, what started in New Orleans and is carried over this entire month, there's a lot of excitement, there's a lot of energy, there's a lot of electricity here, and we want to see you guys have, participate in that and really take advantage of whatever's coming. Now, like I said, we're not going to have a webinar next week because all of us are going to be in Charlotte, or all of us, that are on the panel. And we really want to meet you. We want to see you. We do want you there. We want to see you guys there, and really share in the electricity of the event, because that's really what we're there for. And then the following week we're going to have a follow-up, and we'll at that point know what's on the table. We'll have put together some kind of game plan, whatever we can do to figure out what might be working best for all of us. We're going to share that. So I want you to watch your emails, watch the schedules. Be connected here, do the 8 core steps, and take the action to really position yourself in this business, and really, let's make this, we have a goal here, or I certainly have a goal. I want to see 8 of you being $100,000 earners by the end of the year, and that's my goal, and that's my vision for the team, and I, certainly want to do whatever I can to help you do that, and, I think this is a step forward for us, and, I think we can all do this together. So, let's connect, let's stay connected. And by the way, I do want to recognize and appreciate the fact that you have all, since last week I mentioned it, I'm seeing a lot more activity on the team site. When new people sign up, I'm seeing other people jumping in and welcoming them, and really we're doing this as a team, and you can feel there's a little more excitement on the page, and that's the kind of thing that will carry over. As you bring people in, we're going to help you greet them as well. Like I said last week, this is not my team, Debbie's team, Brian's team, or anybody else that's with us tonight. We're all doing this together, and this is the way we're going to make this happen, is working together and cooperating with each other. So that's what I've got. And any final thoughts, Debbie?
Just a real quick one. I know we're not meeting next week. The following week, Thursday is July 3rd, so we don't have to answer it now, but we may want to get together earlier in the week as opposed to the 3rd, so maybe Tuesday night or something like that. So anyway, stay tuned.
Yeah, watch the Facebook group for that. And just to elaborate real quick on what Scott was talking about, is we have a lot of stuff that's going to be coming down the pipe over the next couple of weeks. I mean, we got the announcements in Charlotte, that the companies, the company announcements. We got iPass 2 getting ready to come out. We got a lot of things coming down. We got the changes on our site coming out. And I'm telling you, when we start being able to take our team traffic, co-op traffic, and pumping it at the $7 iPass offer, I'm telling you, watch out, because it's going to be a match made in heaven. So you need to start getting yourself ready. All right, you need to start saying, okay, well, start saving a little money back and figure out a way now that you can start getting yourself positioned to get some of this traffic sources and some of these higher end trainings. Start figuring out now how you're going to come up with a little bit of marketing money so when iPass 2 comes out and the company stuff comes out and we have our stuff available, that you're ready to roll with it. Because what's going to happen is there's going to be a frenzy. When iPass 2 comes out, there's going to be a frenzy. When the company starts dropping their stuff, it's going to be a frenzy. And if you're not positioned and you're not ready to move forward with it quickly, you're going to end up getting left behind. And trust me, we're going to be working behind the scenes, digging through the stuff as fast as we can, and getting the information to you guys as fast as we can on how you guys will be able to best utilize all the new stuff. So, with that, I want to thank you all for being here and spending an hour with us on this fine Thursday night. Just exciting things coming, guys. So, I mean, be happy. I mean, really, we're at a point in our businesses now and in this company that really we're ready for launch. So, just get yourself in your mind ready and get yourself positioned and ready to go. If you haven't joined us yet, get back with the person that invited you and get started today because right now I'm telling you, I've never been more excited and I feel like it's the sky's the limit. So with that, I want to thank you all for being here. Scott, Debbie, any final words?
Yeah, one quick thing. What I want you, and we'll post this in the Facebook group. What I want you to do is email your sponsor to get the passwords because it's going to be up to you to take the action to get the information. We're here to help you, but we want you to reach out to us to get that information. So we'll make a posting in the Facebook group. I'll be sending an email and in next week's schedule that I send out every week. And the other thing is, use that schedule, forward it to your team, because that's really what it's all about. I'm not necessarily connected with everybody that's on everybody's team, but let's use those resources to be able to, really grow together as a team. So get back to your sponsor. Like I said, literally, Brian did this today. I just got the passwords, a couple hours ago. And anybody that's out there, email your sponsor, and we'll get the passwords to you. And if you're not directly connected to us, just reach out to Brian or me or Debbie on Facebook, and we'll make arrangements to connect with you. So that's what I've got here. But I'm excited. I can see that we're doing things to grow, and that's really what this is all about. I want to see all of you having what you came here for.
Awesome. Couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful night, and we'll see you in Charlotte.